Good morning. Abstinence. Experience, strength, and hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. This one is titled A Tool, a Gift, a Way of Life. Abstinence is something with which I've been struggling for some time. In AA, it was an easier issue for me to understand, although not necessarily an easier thing to achieve. Don't drink and go to meetings was what I was told in AA, and that's what I did. With the help of friends, family, and AA members, I used abstinence as a tool of recovery, a self-imposed abstinence from alcohol, until I could work the 12-step program enough to become willing to accept abstinence as a gift from my higher power. Being sober for over 10 years, I occasionally forget how my gift of abstinence from a killing compulsion came about. The freedom from that compulsion did not happen overnight. However, and I did not have a spiritual experience anything like one that Bill W. describes, my compulsion to drink just drifted away after I had been actively working the 12-step program for about 2 years. No specific date, no sudden transformation from a miserable death row drunk into a spiritually enlightened soul floating forevermore on a sea of serenity. It was just that the compulsion to drink had been removed by my higher power once I became willing to let it go. So simple, but so hard to do and so hard to believe that it would really happen. When I came to OA, I wanted my food compulsion to be taken away in the same way as my compulsion to drink, right now. However, I may not be spiritually ready and willing to let the food compulsion go. Until I am willing, I will continue to use abstinence as a tool of recovery, a self-imposed attempt to refrain from compulsive overeating while totally abstaining from what I honestly know to be my binge foods. It's not unlike the sobriety I practice as a newly recovering alcoholic, and it should provide some stability in my life until I'm willing to let go of my food compulsion and accept God's gift of abstinence as a way of life. I also need to remember that abstinence as a tool of recovery and abstinence as a gift from my higher power are not incompatible, but actually a logical progression through the 12 steps of recovery. How long will that take? A month, a year, maybe 2? This is me, a decade or 2 or 3? The point is that until it happens, abstinence as a tool of recovery is not just okay, it's necessary until I'm spiritually healthy enough to let my higher power take the food compulsion away. Then I'll have abstinence as a way of life. Period. That's from a member in Daly City, California. Yeah, I totally identify with this one. And I gave OA a shot when I had, so that was like '04, so maybe 8 or 9 years sober and clean, primarily from NA, and I was just starting to dabble over with the AA because I thought I started having my poop together. I had managed to stay clean for what seemed to be a long time, and I had worked the steps to the best of my ability a few times. But what I now understand is that I never completely formally worked all 12 steps with a sponsor. I got up to 9 a couple times, but I would just do the 10, 11, 12 on my own. It's like, well, those are obvious steps. Why do I? And it wasn't a conscious decision to not formally work them with a sponsor. It just was like, meh, I know those. But it's so interesting how at, 25 years clean, I finally finished all 12 steps with a sponsor, and it was truly transformational. And and it has allowed my life to get infinitely better than it ever has. And it's really cemented my surrender to the program, not my thinking of the program, not my perception or rendition of the program. You know what? I just I'm surrendered to the best of my ability right now, and I do the simple stuff. I go to meetings regularly. I do service regularly. I work steps with my sponsor. I work steps with my sponsees. I make recovery the primary foundational cornerstone of my life. It's the first thing I do in the morning. Well, after coffee and after feeding Wink, you know. But that first hour of the day is all recovery. And I know that I'm lucky enough that I'm so grateful that I work afternoons so that I can have leisurely mornings where I take in the beauty. Oh my God, it is so gorgeous right now. It's still snow globing. It's just been snowing for like, I don't know, a day and a half, 2 days straight. And it's an awesome winter. It's the best winter I've seen up here since I've moved up here, this go around. And I'm just so grateful for it. It is absolutely everything that I love. So gorgeous, so beautiful. I want to go for a ride. And, you know, today's a big belly button birthday. I'm moving into the sixth decade. And, uh, and I feel really good about that. I'm really in the best place that I've ever been in my life. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, the whole shebang. It's all going well, you know. And, uh, and the big one financially. Like I'm finally feeling financially secure. But that's been like a 7 or 8 year constant journey towards becoming debt free, becoming uh, investment focused, retirement focused, looking ahead really. And, it's just a matter of maturing and getting old enough where that reality is clearly in the headlights. And I never really focused on it enough until that happened. But luckily, it feels like the timing was perfect, and I am okay. It's not like I'm gonna be okay. It's I am okay. I'm okay. I'm right in the middle. I look at all the statistics out there, and I mean, it blows my mind that more than half of the people my age in this country literally have nothing. And the little bit that I have, it puts me right smack dab in the middle. And but that middle is scary. It's such on the edge of being able to afford to live when we retire in 10 years. And but I think I'll be okay. I'll do the I'll jump onto the Social Security bandwagon at 67 and then work another couple 2 or 3 years full time after that. But I'll be okay. Anyways. What's the most important thing today is to be abstinent. It's to do these readings in the morning, to meditate, to connect with my higher power, to submit to the program, and to make a commitment and a decision to stay clean, to stay sober, and to stay abstinent. And all three of those are connected to NA, OA, or AA, and then OA. And that's not in a hierarchy. Um, Now OA is my tippy top focus, because it's clear that that's where my disease has run rampant since really day one. Milk, you know, give me more milk, more sugar. Um, Forgive me for mentioning a particular substance. Um, but so today I will write down a food plan. I'm going out to eat with my brother, so I will eat a heavy protein breakfast. Um, and then I got to prep a lunch, and I've got food prepared for lunch, um, and dinner. Yeah, and nothing in between. No sampling, no food in the break room, no food at the meeting, no food in my car. You know, those for today, those are going to be the hot spots of opportunities to eat without or outside of three simple, reasonable, abstinent meals, and especially at night, after work, before going to bed. So there's my day. You guys have a great day. Have an abstinent day. Thank you. Bye.